Modern drones are these incredible flying machines, just packed with sensors and all sorts of complex capabilities. But all that tech doesn't do much on its own. Every single drone needs a brain on the ground, something to act as its cockpit, its mission control, and its eyes. So that's really the big question, right? How do you actually bridge that gap between what you want the drone to do and what it actually does? How do you take this amazing piece of hardware and turn it into a tool that can fly a precise automated mission all by itself? Well, the answer is something called a ground control station, or GCS for short. Basically, you can think of it as the ultimate remote control and dashboard for your drone, all rolled into one. And one of the most popular, flexible, and honestly powerful GCS applications out there is QGroundControl. Okay, so what is it about QGroundControl that makes it such a go-to choice for so many people? From folks just flying on the weekend to serious professionals. Let's break down what makes it so special. This right here, this represents freedom. First off, it's open source. And that is a huge deal. It means it's not only totally free to use, but it also means you're not locked into one company's expensive system. Plus, it runs on pretty much any computer or tablet you can think of. And, crucially, it works with the two big open source flight controllers. That's the drone's onboard brain, called PX4 and ArduPilot. So that means it can control almost any kind of vehicle, from rovers scooting around on the ground to complex VTOL aircraft. And look, this isn't just some hobbyist tool. Not at all. QGroundControl is trusted in some of the most serious situations you can imagine. It's actually the standard GCS for a lot of the Blue UAS drones. These are the drones that have been vetted and approved for use by the US Department of Defense. I mean, if that doesn't scream professional-grade reliability, I don't know what does. All right, so using QGroundControl really boils down to three main phases. It's super logical. Let's start right at the beginning with phase 1, getting your vehicle calibrated and ready for its mission. This is your pre-flight. It's critical. So before you even think about flying, you'll plug your drone in and land right here in the setup view. Honestly, just think of it as your digital interactive pre-flight checklist. This is where you tell the software what kind of drone you're flying, the airframe, and then you go through and calibrate all the important sensors, like the compass and gyroscopes, and set up your radio controller. You got to get a green light on everything here before it's safe to even think about taking off. Okay, so once your vehicle's all calibrated and ready to rock, the next question is, what do you want it to do? That brings us to phase 2, the plan view, where we get to build an entire autonomous mission right from scratch. And this is where the real magic happens. In the plan view, you can design these really complex missions, but it's incredibly easy. You're literally just clicking on a satellite map to drop waypoints and draw out a flight path. You can have it automatically create grid patterns for things like mapping a farm, or you can set up geofences, which are like virtual walls, to make sure the drone always stays in a safe area. It takes what sounds really complicated and makes it simple and visual. All right, the vehicle is set up, the mission is loaded. You know what that means. It's time to fly. Phase 3 is all about the fly view, where you monitor everything that's happening in real time. Welcome to the fly view. This is your cockpit. Now, if you're flying manually, it gives you this awesome heads-up display with all your critical info, altitude, speed, battery, usually right on top of the live video from the drone. But when you kick off that autonomous mission you just planned, your job totally changes. You're not the pilot anymore. You're more like the mission supervisor. You're just watching the drone follow the plan, keeping an eye on all its vital signs, and making sure everything goes off without a hitch. One of the coolest things about QGroundControl is how easy it is for beginners, but it's also absolutely packed with features for the pros and for commercial operators. Let's just quickly touch on what else it can do. This is huge, especially for businesses. You are not stuck with the default look. Companies can totally reskin QGroundControl with their own logo and brand colors. They can even strip out complicated settings to make a super simple interface for a specific job, which is a total game changer for anyone trying to deliver a polished commercial product. And hey, the work doesn't stop just because the drone is back on the ground. QGroundControl lets you pull down these super detailed flight logs from the vehicle. This data is just gold for figuring out how the mission went, spotting any little issues, and just fine-tuning the drone to make it perform even better next time. It really completes the whole cycle, from planning all the way to analysis. Really, if you had to boil QGroundControl down to one idea, this quote just nails it. It's not perfect balance, so easy to get started with, but it has all the power you could ever need as you get more experienced. That's a really, really tough thing to pull off, and they did it. So you see, QGroundControl isn't just a piece of software. It's really a gateway to automation. I mean, think about it. From precision agriculture and inspecting bridges to search and rescue, the possibilities are just endless. So the only question left is what kinds of problems are you going to solve with a tool like this?